Hello everyone, Other Claus here, and today guys I'm going to review a Megabloks Dragons Universe set released in 2011 as part of the first 12, and it's going to be Flamedrake, one of the 4 mid-sized dragons, also known as Master Dragons, that's the name that Megabloks gives these dragons because of their size, so the master one. And like I said, there is 4 dragons like that, and also a 5th one which is on Toys R Us exclusive named Gold Wedge, but well, it's not really interesting for this review, but for your information. So well, here's the box. As you can see, we have obviously the pop-out egg, which, well, like I said, pop out of the box, which is still quite a nice feature. You can, of course, notice the Dragons Universe logo. The dragon plus is Dragon Rider. More of this coming soon on the side of the box. Then you have the bonus CD right there. The QR codes you can scan with your mobile phone to have access to some information from the Megabloks website, I guess. And then the usual stuff, parts list, set number, name, and stuff like that. Top side, nothing really interesting. On this side, you can see the Alliance logo and also a close-up shot of the human character called Dragon Rider Strabo, as you can see. On this side, another shot of the Dragon Plus is Dragon Rider, the QR code stuff, and also on the back, another shot of the Dragon completed, and you can see in all its glory, plus some close-up shots of the gimmicks, like the articulations of this section. Then you have the other sets from the first wave. Well, some of the other sets from the first wave. You have, for example, the 4 mid-sized dragons and also 1 vehicle. And I think that's quite all for this box. So for those who are not who do not really know this theme, well, Dragons Universe began in 2010, and the storyline the original storyline was that there was 2 sides fighting each other. One side was the humans, called the Alliance, and the other side was the dragons, called the Predators. And well, in 2011 there was a little new thing, because some of the dragons decided to join the humans, and so for example, that's why we got this type of set. As you can see, we have a dragon, but he has teamed up with a human. So yeah, some of the dragons decided to team up with the humans, and some decided to just not. So first, the instruction booklet, or more like the paper, because it you just have to unfold this thing. You have the instructions really quick. Then the parts list, if you have lost a part or if it came damaged in the box, you can order it for free on the Megabloks customer service website. And then you have a nice poster which shows you all the warriors from both sides, so the soldiers of the Alliance side and the dragons of the Predators side. As you can see, it features both soldiers and dragons from 2010, and also, of course, the first wave of 2011. For example, you have Flamedrake right there. Also notice the 4 spaceships of the Alliance here, and Flamedrake on top of the poster, and it's quite cool. Here you have the bonus CD-ROM, which contains exclusive level to the Dragons Universe Flash game, which is kind of like a shoot 'em up. Then you also have some ads, making of the ads, and also some access to the VIP contents of the website, which is mostly concept art, which is quite cool, by the way. And now it's time to move on to the set itself. And first, a part of the set is the egg. So let's just open this thing. So here we go. So first you have to notice that the mold of the egg is not new. It's the same as the first dragon's egg from 2010. Excuse me for this little glitch, guys.
So yeah, the mold is not new, but what is new is that in fact this time both parts of the eggs are transparent, because remember, in 2010 one part was transparent and the other one was not. So here, as you can see,
it's both transparent and it's looking quite wonderful, as you can see. So it's transparent dark red, obviously, and also with some nice black injection color. Black injected color, if I can say so. Of course, it can open in two, like that. And one last thing you have to, well, two last things you have to know is that there is no points of connection whatsoever, so there is no points of connections for studs or pins, and also you can put all the dragon's part in the egg. They will just not fit, even if you destroy the dragon. And that's all for this egg, which is wonderfully painted. And now it's time to move on to the set itself, and first the figure, so the new dragon riders. So this one is called Strabo, and here we go. So the new parts on this guy, the new mold, are the two shoulders, because as you can see, the two shoulders are different. So you have this left one, which features both the Wonk insignia and the Iron's logo, which looks quite cool, and this other one, which is more like a wounded or curved chest. Then the third and last new part is the head, the helmet, which is quite cool with a nice gold visor. Notice that the color scheme is mostly white with some touch of silver, blue, and like I said, gold for the visor. Notice the details on the helmet. Of course, the hole on the back of the body mold, which is useful to link some shields or weapons, even if in this set there is no shields or weapons with the guy. So it's just the guy, his dragons, and that's all. Of course, the body and the other parts are not new mold, but they are nice recolor in white if you do not count the exclusive figures released in 2010. That said, let's move on to the articulations. First, the legs. So, well, on the hips you can move these things pretty easily because it's mounted on a ball joint. Then you have the knee, which is mounted on a rotation point. It's a little less than 90 degrees, you can see. You can also move the pelvis part right there, or the waist part on the sides, which is quite nice. Then you have the arms, once again mounted on ball joints for the shoulder, which allows you to move the things the way you want. Then you can turn this thing on the elbow up to 90 degrees. The hands can also turn, and finally the head can be moved up and down, and not really on the side because of the mold of the helmet, it will block. The head will block quite easily. But apart from that, it's a great little figures, really nice new molds, great design, and of course really good articulations for figures this size. Even if it still has some problems, like the head, for example, which still blocks on the sides. And that's it. It's time to move on to dragons. To dragon itself, excuse me. So first, the body mold is not new, it's the same body mold as 2010, and in fact it's not the only mold which will be taken directly from 2010, because the front leg are the same. So obviously you will have your big rotation point right here. Of course, the color scheme, it's mostly dark red, black, injected color, and also some touch of gold for the claws and other details like the stripes on the wings. Rear legs are the same once again, so no new molds, and the last old mold is the tail. And now it's time to add some real new mold. Excuse me, guys. Like that. So first, the wings. There are two new molds released in this first wave of 2011. So here's one of the two, obviously. As you can see, right there, nice paint. As you can see, there is no problem with the paint job. It doesn't really go on the wings or stuff like that. Really, the stripe is well painted. Then a new mold, it's obviously the head. So we have, well, let's say that the jaw section, this section is a new mold, but it's going to be the same for all the 4 dragons released in this first wave of 2011. And then you have the upper part of the head, which in this case, well, in fact, it's a new mold for each dragons. And as you can see, the one on Flamedrake is quite cool with a nice crest, excuse me. Very beautiful. You have kind of a little sense of fire which comes out of this design. So really cool. lime green eyes, white teeth, of course the tongue is not painted because it's already red, and it's mounted on a ball joint. More on the articulations later on. And finally, we have to link to add the turret. And well, in fact, it's mostly new molds. So first, we're going to use this part, which is not new. Then add this big part, which will be useful because it features many points of connection. So first, this one right there. Then there's two pinhole here that will be useful to put some weapons. Two studs right there for the Dragon Rider, and then one clip here to link once again another weapon. Speaking about weapons, here is the ones which will come on the sides. Once again, new molds with some studs and other points of connection. Laser that you have to put yourself in this, you can see, like that, and quite cool. Notice the points of connection right there. It will be useful to link them to these pins. Then you have this one. And finally, last, once again, a new mold, which it's the main weapon, if I can say so. So once again, you get a clip, a stud, the two handles right there, and some points of connection for a pin, I guess, so a pinhole. And that's all. Nicely designed, quite great. And here we go. We have to link that on this part. And now the dragon is complete. So I'm going to do a little turnaround, talk about the articulations, put the two guys together, and then it will be time for the little sum up of Flamedrake. Here we go. So first the legs. So like I said, it's the same as 2010. So obviously you will have just one point of articulation like that. You can also move the tail if you want. Notice that you still have, because it is the same mold, this little point of connection right there. So if you want to hold human soldier, you can just use this hole on the back and put it like that. Notice that you can also just put the head of the guy in there, and it will also fit if you manage to put the guy correctly in his claw, like that. Then you have the wings, 2 points of rotation this time, like that, and also up and down. The head, which is mounted on a ball joint, which allows you to move the head the way you want, and then you can of course open it like that. Finally, excuse me, I have to adjust the different part. Last part, excuse me guys, is here the turret. So it can be moved on the sides like that, up and down, and then you can also move this part independently up and down, even if when you put the soldier on it, you will not really be able to move it up and down anymore. Well, at least I didn't really try, but I think you can't really do that so easily. So here we go, the articulation of the dragon. Then little comparison size between the Dragon Rider and his dragon. Like that. Here we go. And then it's time to put the two of them together. So we just have to use the studs right here. Put the feet on. Then the ends will fit perfectly on the handles. And here we go, and well, you can still move up and down the turret if you want, but you can't really do that easily. So that's like I said. I just wanted to really know for sure. So, excuse me guys. Maybe I just shouldn't have tried to do this, to put this thing up and down. Well, I guess this will do for this review. And here we go, you have the dragon and his dragon rider, excuse me, together. Like that. And so that said, I think that's quite all, so I'm going to just, yes, put it like that, put the box on the background, and then it will time for a little sum up of Flamedrake. So is this set worth it or not? And first, the minifig, so the Dragon Rider. So it's a great minifig for multiple reasons. First, the color scheme is really well done, even if it's quite simple, it works great. Then you have 3 new molds for the parts, and once again looks quite interesting, plus the fact that this new mold really serves the design, because the design because of the different aspect of the shoulder pad. It really looks quite great. So nice design, and in fact the only problems might be the articulations of the head, which cannot really be turned on the side, and maybe the legs on the knees, but seriously apart from that, it's really a great minifig. A great figure, because minifig is mostly Lego's one, but it's mostly excuse me, a great figure, nice new mod, and really a cool design. Then you have the dragon itself. So like I said, the color scheme looks really great in my opinion. The red, black, and gold is quite a classic color scheme, but it always works, well, most of the time, and here it's the case, it works just great. So that's all for the color scheme, well put together, well mixed, really nice, nothing to say about that. Then you have the part selection. So like I said, mostly old molds, so well, mostly all the body is old molds, but the wings and the head, well, mostly the head is really well done. It's really nice, good looking, in my opinion. You can, maybe some people will complain about the fact that the jaw is quite wide, and on some angles it doesn't really look that good, but well, once again, I guess it's a question, it's a matter of opinions and tastes. Then you have the turret, which is also made mostly of new parts, and this part looks once again quite great. I really like the design of this turret, plus the fact that, as you can see, this time, and unlike the old dragons, the turret does not touch the wings or the head, and so you can really move it quite easily without any problems, without touching the wings or the head, which is quite cool, and really, it is well thought. Then you have the construction of the building, so see, apart from the turret that can be a little fun, it's nothing more than an action figure, so in terms of construction it's of course quite poor, but well, when you buy these things, these dragons, I don't really think it is for the construction aspect of them. Then you have the articulations, so like I said, because it's like the 2010 dragons, it's the same type of stuff, so obviously it's just 1 point of articulation, so it's quite poor. The wings are a little better articulated. The same for the head and the turret, but apart from that, it's the same. Finally, the design, the overall design, well, I think the overall design with the Dragon Rider on it and stuff like that is really great, in fact, because that set, I bought this set back in July, and in July I also I also get new Hero Factories set, another Dragons Universe set. Well, in fact, even with all this set, this one was still my favorite because I like his color scheme, I like his overall design, I like the turret, which is quite cool. The Dragon Riders just look marvelous. The egg also is really good looking. So overall, it's really a great set, and maybe one of my favorite dragon with tail spike from the first series, from the first wave of 2010. So seriously, it's really a great dragon, and even if it has some problems for the articulations, for example, or maybe the lack of new molds, which is, well, quite a problem, even if it's not the first time that Megabloks put this type of stuff. In the old Dragon's sim, they were already releasing some recolors wave of Dragon's eggs, so it's nothing really new here. And in fact, this time it's still decided to put some new molds, so I can just, I can still be grateful for that. Before waiting for any new molds for the second wave of 2011. But well, that's in the near future. It's not here. So well, for this dragon here, for Flamedrake, excuse me, guys. Great dragon, great set, nice figure with new molds here and there. So seriously, a great set. You can advise you to buy. I think you will not be disappointed because it's really good looking and works just fine. So well. You have been warned, not really that tons of new molds, not really well articulated, but the designs and other parts really looks great on this little guy. And that's it, that's all. So if you have any questions or comments, feel free to ask them. I will happily answer them, excuse me guys. And that's it, that's all. So hope you enjoyed, and see you later for another video review. Bye bye.